Alright, fight fans, what is it about a slap that captivates us? A split-second act of raw power, humiliation, or defiance, transcending cultures and centuries. From some of the highest platforms in Hollywood to underground Russian brawls, slaps have always sparked drama. But what happens when this primal gesture becomes a sport? This is the story of slap fighting, where pain is the price of glory, and every strike could be a knockout blow. Our story begins in the frozen heart of Siberia. Decades ago, Russian strongmen settled disputes not with fists, but with open-handed slaps. Why? To prove toughness without killing each other. It was crude, brutal, and oddly honorable. Over time, these tavern showdowns evolved into organized competitions. Men with necks like tree trunks, trading blows until one collapsed. By the 2000s, it became a staple at Eastern European festivals, drawing crowds to watch giants trade knockout blows. These events were raw and often unregulated. Cameras captured faces swelling like overripe fruit, and many fighters became folk heroes. Enter Vasily Dumpling Kamatsky, a bearded giant whose slap videos went viral. His slaps, clocked at over 600 pounds of force, sent opponents crashing to the floor, amassing millions of views, and made him an Eastern European legend. By 2017, the craze crossed the Atlantic. Promotions like Slap Fight Championship in Michigan drew curious Americans, mixing backyard brawl energy with pro wrestling theatrics. Even the legendary Arnold Schwarzenegger hosted a slap fighting competition at his Arnold Sports Festival, with Logan Paul hyping the event on stage, declaring it the ultimate test of guts. But it wasn't until UFC president stumbled onto a Dumpling Kamatsky viral knockout videos that slap fighting's fate changed forever.
1, 2.
Always fascinated with slap fighting, Dana saw dollar signs in the carnage, and so the Power Slap League was born. Dana White's vision transformed slap fighting into a legitimate sport. In 2022, Dana White launched the Power Slap League, backed by UFC resources and Nevada's Athletic Commission. Rules were drafted. Power slap fights are typically 3 to 5 rounds. The fighters take turns hitting each other in the face with an open hand. No pivoting allowed, and those on the receiving end stand rigid with their hands behind their backs. No flinching and no dodging. A fighter has up to 60 seconds to recover and respond after receiving a blow. Fighters can earn up to 10 points based on the effectiveness of the slap. Fights can end in a decision knockout, technical knockout, or disqualification. Each event has 2 referees and 3 judges. Doctors and paramedics are also present at the competition. Power Slap Road to the Title became a TBS reality show, blending American Idol auditions with Fight Club brutality. Contestants train at UFC facilities, measuring slap force with high-tech gadgets. White even secured a streaming deal with Rumble, where viral KOs racked up 11 billion TikTok views. Dana White invited many UFC fighters to make special appearances as guest commentators and referees at Power Slap events to generate more fan interest and attract eyeballs. Dana White later brought the man who initially created those slap fighting viral knockouts, Vasily Dumpling Kamatsky, to the Power Slap League, putting him against the defending heavyweight champion, a 6'2", 385 pounds powerhouse known as the Crazy Hawaiian. Their first fight at Power Slap 9 ended in a controversial draw after several fouls committed by the champion. The Russian Dumpling and the Crazy Hawaiian had their rematch at Power Slap 11, and this time, Dumpling takes the heavyweight crown. Fans loved it, critics cringed. As the sport grew, so did its roster. Enter Paige Vanzant, a former UFC star and fan favorite, who has become a social media darling and successful influencer since her exit from the UFC. She has also dabbled in bare-knuckle boxing. Paige joined Power Slap in 2023, and she showed the toughness of a former MMA fighter. She fought in Power Slap League 3 times and has 2 wins and 1 draw. Many women strikers in slap fighting and Power Slap League brought ferocity and glamour and even more eyeballs to the sport. Their matches marketed as beauty versus brutality. Yet, behind the spectacle lurked danger. In 2023, Polish fighter Artur Wallace-Wojciak died after a tournament slap triggered a fatal stroke. Neurologists like Dr. Samuel Browd warned the sport was a CTE factory, citing studies linking repeated slaps to irreversible brain damage. Former UFC fighter Brendan Schaub was among the first well-known figures to denounce the new sport, insisting that because of White's affiliation with it, it seriously harms MMA. Dana White fired back, comparing critics to those who once called MMA human cockfighting. Dana White argues the sport of slap fighting is safer than boxing, which averaged 2-3 slaps per fight, not 400 punches. Yet Chris Nowinski, American neuroscientist, retired pro wrestler, and the co-founder of Concussion Legacy Foundation, is openly critical of slap fighting, calling it a brain damage disguised as a sport. Chris Nowinski says, comparing slap fighting to boxing is misleading because you can slip punches in boxing, but the competitors in slap fighting are taking full blow each time. Ironically, even Dana White couldn't dodge scandals. A leaked video of him slapping his wife after an argument on New Year's Eve went viral, sparking outrage, initially overshadowing the league's launch and hurting the brand. Today, slap fighting thrives in paradox. Fighters earn as little as $2,000 per match, yet line up risking their health for a shot at fame. Leagues spread from Las Vegas to Brazil and Japan. Even as Scotland bans the sport outright, supporters call it the purest combat sport. Detractors see carnage disguised as competition. Is slap fighting a legitimate sport? In the end, perhaps the answer lies not in the slap itself, but in what we're willing to endure or ignore for a moment of primal thrill. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time.